If you believe that changing your circumstances will then make you feel more happy and more at peace, you're not free. You are a slave. You're a slave to your circumstances. And then you might get that situation, you might get the body, you might get the relationship, you might get the money, you might get the job, whatever it is, but then you're a slave to that condition. Your happiness is conditional. Your love is conditional. Your peace is conditional. And then when those situations change, when those circumstances change, you will then suffer again. This will free you. This one concept will change your entire life. If you can learn to just love this moment, accept this moment, make peace with this moment, you will stop looking for happiness out in the distance, and you will learn to cultivate it right here. I've been reading a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. I believe that's his name. And the book is about how hurry and busyness is one of the biggest blockages to personal and spiritual growth. And it's been an incredible read, and I would highly recommend it. And when I was on a walk the other day, I was just contemplating, maybe he gets to this in future chapters, but I haven't gotten there yet. I was just contemplating, why do we hurry? Like, what is the cause of the busyness and the hurry in our life, and why are we always hurrying from one moment to another? And that thought led me to contemplate, why do we suffer? And not the type of suffering that people go through because of other people's evil, and that is very real suffering, but the suffering that we go through our own doing, through our own chains that we place on ourselves, through our own way of being that we operate in. And I really consolidated it down into one statement, that we suffer because we reject this present moment, and we believe that another moment in the future will bring us more peace, joy, and love. We reject this present moment as it is. We reject our circumstances. We reject our conditions. We reject the pain that we're in. We reject our financial state. We reject the things that we have going on in our life. And then we look out into the future and we believe that if this was different, if this person was different, if my manager at work was different, if my financial situation was different, if my body was different, if I looked different, then I would be happier. Then I would be at peace. Once everything falls into place, then I will be at peace. And that deception, that lie, I believe, is at the core of most of our suffering. And if we eliminated that, 90% of our suffering would be eliminated. Not all of it. We would still experience heartache and challenges and struggle in our life, but the ways in which we make ourselves suffer because we are rejecting this present moment and searching for another moment in the future to bring us more peace, love, and joy. It's a complete lie. And there's a statement, I think it was by I forgot his name. I'm going to put it below in the description. But the quote goes, "The fool looks for happiness out in the distance, and the wise man grows it underneath his feet." And something that many of us need to learn is just to be where our freaking feet are. Be where our feet are. And why do we reject this present moment? We reject this present moment because we're judging it. We're comparing it to others. We are telling ourselves a story that we should not be going through this. We are not okay with discomfort. We are not okay with pain. We are not okay with suffering. And I believe what we need to learn to do, and this would free us of most of our suffering, is learn to accept our suffering. Learn to fully accept our situations. Like James said in James, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience trials of many kinds. And I'm going to paraphrase, but it's because of these trials that we are able to bring our faith to full maturity, and we will be lacking nothing. So it is our trials and tests and tribulations that we're going through that are actually gifts, that will be used to bring our spiritual maturity to full development, that will be able to develop our faith, develop our resilience, develop our character. So consider it pure joy when you go through these trials, not suffer and reject the trials and then get to the joy on the other side. Consider it pure joy when you go through them. So I believe that we can experience peace, love, and joy with the same circumstances that we have right now. In your same body, in your same relationship, in your same financial situation, in your same career, in your same job, you can experience so much joy and so much peace and so much love that you cannot even comprehend. And that's freedom. If you believe that changing your circumstances will then make you feel more happy and more at peace, you're not free. You are a slave. You're a slave to your circumstances. And then you might get that situation, you might get the body, you might get the relationship, you might get the money, you might get the job, whatever it is, but then you're a slave to that condition. Your happiness is conditional. Your love is conditional. Your peace is conditional. And then when those situations change, when those circumstances change, you will then suffer again. This will free you. This one concept will change your entire life. You can learn to just love this moment. Accept this moment. Make peace with this moment. You will stop looking for happiness out in the distance, and you will learn to cultivate it right here. And this is the cause of all of our suffering, because we're rejecting this moment and we are trying to change the future. So we're rejecting this moment, causing depression, and we are chasing after a future, causing anxiety. So right now, take a deep breath. Remember that God is right here in this with you. You're not alone in this battle. Ask God, Holy Spirit, help me accept this moment. Help me see this moment and what I'm going through in these conditions and these circumstances through your eyes. Help me understand how you are wanting me to grow through this, what you're wanting me to learn through this. Help me accept this moment as it is, and help me experience joy and peace and love in this moment. And this is where we learn and develop the fruits of the Spirit. And you will be like one of those people, and you know those people, and you admire those people, the people who seem like no matter what's going on in their life, that they are overflowing with joy. And that's the difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is conditional. Joy is unconditional. You don't need conditions to experience real joy. But happiness we get through certain things that we do, or when conditions are right. But real joy, the joy of the Lord, comes from within, and it's not conditional on our circumstances. And I'll close with this point, and why this is such a disillusioned way of thinking, to believe that more peace, joy, and love will be out in the future. When we're looking for peace, joy, and love, we're really looking for God, because God is the source of peace, love, and joy. So when we're looking for peace, love, and joy, we're actually searching for God. But God can only exist in this present moment. He cannot exist out in the future. He cannot exist back there. He can only exist right now. God is omnipresent. He is the present moment. God is this moment. He's all that is. He's the pure isness of this world and this universe and all of creation right now. God only exists right now. That's why when we're not living in right now, we feel separate from God, and we start living in hell, right? Hell is separation from God. Heaven is oneness with God. And when you're living in the past or the future, you're in depression or anxiety, which oftentimes, as Jesus described in the Bible, is described as weeping and gnashing of teeth. And that sounds more like anxiety and depression to me. Weeping and gnashing of teeth. So if you are living in the past or the future, you will be separate from God, and you will experience weeping and gnashing of teeth, because you are separate and separated from the source of peace, love, and joy. So to believe that in the future is more peace, love, and joy when you change these circumstances, you are giving in to the temptation of the enemy that is guiding you into hell. But you can reject that sentiment and rebel against it by saying, I am going to love this moment as it is, because in this moment, regardless of my circumstances, God is here with me. God is working it all out for me. Everything that I'm worried about, God is working it out. It's right here. It's right here. And here's a really powerful practice that you can do, what I call ABC. I've taught thousands of clients this as a mental health practitioner. A is awareness. So just bring your awareness to what you're feeling, just in your body. Maybe feel tightness in your chest. Maybe feel heavy. Maybe feel sad. Maybe feel angry. Maybe feel afraid. Just bring awareness to what you're feeling without judging it. A is awareness. And another part of A is allow. So be aware of it and just allow it to be there. Stop fighting it. B is breathe. Just take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So A, awareness. Bring awareness to what you're feeling. Allow it to be there. Breathe into it. And then C is compassion. Just speak to yourself. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel this. And in that space, you'll bring acceptance into what you're feeling. And when you start to accept what is, then you'll be able to change what is. You can't change what is until you accept what is. But you need to change how you're looking at things before you can change what you're looking at. Many of us are trying to change what we're looking at to change how we experience it. And this is an illusion, and we'll constantly be trapped, and we'll constantly be a slave to our circumstances, and we'll constantly be prisoners of life instead of experiencing the freedom that has been offered by God through the Holy Spirit, through the work that Jesus did. So I invite you to stop searching for happiness out in the distance. Start growing it underneath your feet right now. Peace, love, and joy all come from God, and God only exists in this present moment. So whatever you need to do to start to make contact with this present moment more, go on more walks, spend more time off of your phone, meditate. If you don't have a meditation practice, start one. Start one now, like today, every day. Learn to live presently and give God the rest. Give God the rest. Stop trying to control it. Regardless of your circumstances, you can experience more peace, love, and joy where you are right now. And that is why we suffer. To bring it all full circle, that is why we suffer. Because we believe that peace, love, and happiness is out in the distance. And then we are trying to chase it without peace, love, and happiness. Meaning we're trying to chase it without God. So with that being said, I love you. God bless you. Much love, and let me know how this touched you. If you have any questions, anything I can pray for you for, any things that you need support with, comment it below. I will see you in the next video.